friends, welcome back. I am Olivia with Olivia's Romantic Home. In today's video, I am so excited to share with you guys some DIY, Dollar Tree, and budget-friendly Christmas decor crafts. I'm also going to throw in a little bit of cooking because it's Friday and I got to cook some stuff up for the weekend. My kiddos are going to be coming home. Super excited. They're also going to church with me. I am beyond over the moon. So anyway, I know you guys are here for the crafting and decorating. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's totally free. It helps me out so much. And pop over to my Olivia's Romantic Home DIY Facebook page where I share daily crafting inspiration with you guys. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and plug in those glue guns, get out your glitter and paint, and let's get to crafting. For the first Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to make the cutest Dollar Tree snowman sign. And we're going to start out with these 3 fall signs. I'm going to take a smaller sign and glue it to the base. And then I have some of these little Dollar Tree Crafters squares that I glued to the back. And then I'm going to put another larger kind of block sign in front. Then I am going to add some ribbon to the top because this was actually a fall pumpkin sign. It was left over in my craft stash. So all you guys really need is 3 of those larger Dollar Tree signs and then 2 of the longer signs glued to the base. And then I added Frosty the Snowman, Let It Snow. I covered up those pumpkins with the red ribbon, and then I found this pretty ribbon. It's Mackenzie Childs. It was in my craft stash. I had a hard time cutting into it, but it was already kind of cut up anyway. So I was like, you know what? We're using it for this year. So I just tied an easy little loopy bow, and then I put the tails on either side. I feel like this really makes the whole project look cohesive with the black and white and then the red popped in there. And then to cover up my gluey work and my zip tie, I'm just going to use some evergreen branches. I'm going to hot glue those into the center, and then you guys can add some little baubles and berries or whatever suits your fancy. But what I love about this is I think the Dollar Tree signs are so cute, but sometimes it's hard to just how do you use them in your home? So I feel like this is the perfect way by making it into like a larger stand-up sign. This would be great to go by a mantle in a corner, really any spot that you guys need that extra little touch of Christmas goodness. And the best part about the snowman sign is that you can use this for after Christmas. So the Let It Snow works perfectly. Now I am going to jazz up his scarf with a little bit of extra ribbon, and it's the same ribbon that I used in the top of the sign. So everything's going to kind of matchy and look cohesive. I thought about painting the base that's white, but you know what? I think I like it. Here's the final look. Let me know in the comment section, will you guys be trying this? It was so fun and easy to do, and I hope you're loving it, and happy crafting. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to make a super adorable Dollar Tree Christmas kitchen decor idea, starting out with a little Dollar Tree cutting board and then some foam clay. Now, this foam clay I've had for a while. I think it's a little bit dried out, but we're still going to work with it. I smoothed it out, hot glued it to the cutting board, and then I'm going to add some Dollar Tree red pom-pom trim in and around the cutting board. This step is kind of extra, but I'm kind of extra, so there's that. You guys wouldn't necessarily have to do this, but we're going to add a cute little gingerbread ornament to the center. Now, I wish I would have had one of those cute little already done gingerbreads, but all I had was little gingerbread ornament, so this is what we're going to use. I'm committed this year to using what's in my craft stash. It might not look perfect, but I think it's going to be adorable and fun. Now, I added some greenery in to the top of this to give this kind of a floral effect. I did have these cute little candy canes and candy pieces. You can find these all at Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to add that in and around the base. You guys can get really creative with this, and I think Hobby Lobby probably has some little gingerbread people that you guys can add. The gingerbread ornament came from Hobby Lobby as well. I added a fun little bow to the top of my little Dollar Tree cutting board. Here is the final look. You guys have to try this. You could easily do this with kiddos or grandkids. It's so fun and easy to do and just super unique and fabulous. And it's going to make the happiest little piece of kitchen decor. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to make a super adorable Dollar Tree Christmas centerpiece. You're going to start out with a charger and some foam. Glue the foam to the charger, and then I'm just wrapping some of these evergreen branches in and around the foam. Super easy to do. They come in like a pack, and you just twist tie them together and then wrap them around that foam. Now, I want to make this super fun centerpiece, and we're actually going to use 2 of the Dollar Tree wire pumpkin forms. I've seen this craft floating around online. I was like, you know what, we're gonna have to try it. Okay, for the center part, I couldn't find my candles for the life of me, so we're gonna add Mr. Snowman. I did this in one of my last DIYs. I added a hat to the little snowman stick. I just felt like that made him look a little bit more high-end and festive. Now, I'm gonna add 2 Dollar Tree Christmas trees to either side of my centerpiece, and that is going to give it some fluffy duff. We have to have that good fluffy duff. I'm using a bit of hot glue to make sure these stay in really well. Now grab a roll of Dollar Tree deco mesh, and you're going to take that deco mesh and cross the branches over on themselves. This is so easy to do, and this is going to fill out your floral arrangement and make it look a little bit more poofy and fabulous. We love a good 80s poof. I like to make my poofs on this smaller project probably about 4 to 6 inches, but you guys can just really kind of judge and be the guest of that. And the poofs don't have to be perfect because we're going to add in ornaments. Now that we have all of our poofs, we're going to add in some Christmas ornaments. I love these little happy little Christmas balls with the green and the red and the white. I wanted to add in some white because this is a snowman craft, and we're going to use kind of some white ribbon for the top. Now grab your little Dollar Tree pumpkin wire wreath forms if you have some left over. This step is actually really optional. I'm going to add some greenery to the top, and you're just going to zip tie those wreath forms together in and around the base of your centerpiece. Now to make a fun little loopy bow, simply take your ribbon, this is Dollar Tree ribbon, and loop it over on itself. I will say that this Dollar Tree ribbon is a bit flimsy, so you might have to give it some grace, and kind of like me. And then once we have that done, we're just going to tie it off in the center with a simple easy zip tie. Fluffy duffy that bow out and then add it to the top with your zip tie. Now I felt like the white ribbon was kind of just too standy outy, like it needed something more. So I decided to add tails kind of coming down the side. Let me know what you guys think about this. It got a little wild, which, you know, a lot of my creations are kind of over the top and can get a little wild, but that's okay. We like a good wild crafting session. And then I'm just going to add in some red and black snow ribbon to the center of that. Here is the final look. I think this would be adorable to pop some little tea light candles, of course, LED, of course, or battery operated. But I think this is adorable. It's like the little Mr. Snowman is just chilling out with all of his snowman friends and goodies. Let me know what was your favorite DIY in this video. Now we're going to make some quick and easy Crockpot chicken tacos. Add about a couple pounds of chicken to your Crockpot and then a full packet of your taco seasoning mix. Now I like things pretty saucy and pretty spicy. I mean, I do like hot spicy, but this is going to be for the fam, so I'm not making it super spicy, but I am adding in some extra goodies. I'm adding in extra cumin and salt and garlic powder. I am a garlic powder girly, paprika, and some chili powder, and I am measuring and seasoning with love. That's how everything goes in my kitchen. For the most part, it goes well. Now, the other day, I did grab cinnamon for my chili instead of cumin, so that had a bit of a cinnamon flair. Now you want to take a jar of salsa. This was a large jar, so I only added about 3/4 of it. Add that in over your spices, and then you can add in your onion. It calls for, if you want to make it a little bit more saucy, you can add half a cup of water or chicken broth. I'm going to seal that up, and then I cooked it for 6 hours and it came out delicious. Okay, here is my little puppy dog, Benji Bear. This is his last hurrah before it's going to start getting cold this weekend. We're having some cold rain. He loves to fish for rocks. It is his favorite thing in the world is to go fishing for rocks. And it is going to start getting cooler, so I don't want him getting wet. But this was such the perfect day for it, so I had to just share with you guys. He has so much joy. I feel like you can really see God's glory in the nature of the lake, being out there with your puppy dog or your family. I just feel like it's so beautiful, and it's just so peaceful to be by the water. And God's glory is so evident when we look at nature. Don't you guys think? Now, how do you see God's glory? Because this was actually a question in our Bible study, and I kind of stumbled on it. It asked me, though, how do I see God's glory or show God's glory to someone who doesn't know about God? So drop a comment down below and let me know if you knew somebody that didn't know about God, but you wanted to show them your God's glory. How would you go about doing that? I love you guys, and I'm so thankful for you. And Benji Bear says roof roof and meow meow to all his kitty cat and puppy dog fit friends. We're so happy you're here. Now stay tuned for today's Bible study. So thank you guys so much for joining me on another fun and fabulous crafting and decorating adventure. It's such a true blessing and honor to have each and every one of you guys here. Listen, I want to know what's for dinner. What are you guys cooking? What have you loved cooking this week or this month? What do you love to batch cook? I am an empty nester now, so I am getting into more like batch cooking. So I'll cook one meal and eat on it for several days. I actually like to have two because I like to have a different one for lunch and then one for dinner because I'm not a really big breakfast eater. Sometimes I'll have some bananas or something in the morning, but I usually don't eat until about 11 or noon after my workout, and then I'm like super hungry. So anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. Listen, this is part of my I Love Christmas series. It's such a blessing and honor to have each and every one of you guys here. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's totally free. It helps me out so much. I'm a full-time content creator, and I have such a passion for crafting and decorating. So I'm happy and blessed to have you guys here. We've been working on so many different things. If you guys can see over here, we have done some amazing florals. We did a full tree. Well, it doesn't seem so full because it's down there on the floor, but we've also done a cute little pink Santa over here. So many fun crafting and decorating already. I've been posting some compilation videos for you guys just of different groupings of crafting and decorating. And I also celebrated my birthday. I am fabulous and 50. Whoop whoop. What do you guys think about that? I am super excited. I feel more confident at this age than I ever did, I think, when I was in my 20s and 30s. So anyway, but that's on me, truly. So anyway, listen, I have been reading out of a devotional with you guys, and this devotional is changing my life. It's called He Whispers Your Name. Actually, God is changing my life, but having devotionals, praise and worship music, Christian friends around me have just been, it's been so good for me. So I'm going to take a sip of water real quick here before we get started. I'm also in a ladies' Bible study this season. This is called He Speaks to Me. It's by Priscilla Shirer. She's amazing. I did her Armor of God study years ago when my kids were little. So if you guys have a chance to pick up a Priscilla Shirer Bible study, she's awesome. Okay, so out of He Whispers Your Name, we are moving on to Glad Praise. I'm excited for this because I feel like when we praise God, it's just so good. Okay. Thanking me is not the same as praising me. I want you to be thankful, conscious of the benefits and blessings that you've received. When you're thankful, you're focusing on all that I've done for you. And I want you to spend time at being glad for all the great things I've done and in and through your life. Once you've given thanks, your prayer will naturally turn to praise. There's a time for simply focusing on me, not my hand and what I have done, but my heart and who I am. You will strengthen your faith and experience great peace when you make an effort to constantly remember that I am holy, righteous and just, merciful and mighty, and always sovereign. It's easy to allow your thoughts to drift into your trials and troubles, so you must be truly focused through the process of prayer. Spend time alone with me. Allow yourself to ascend and forget about your worries and receive the fullness of my glory. Be glad that I have done great things and will do so much more. Praise me for my power and pray that you would fully receive my grace. This is how you should pray. Father, may your name be kept holy and may your kingdom come soon. And that's Luke 11:10. I don't think I've ever thought about the difference between thankfulness and praise. I know that, but I really haven't ever thought about it in that way. So this is such a blessing. So I seem to be I'm a very task-oriented person, and I do thank God all the time in my heart. I'm always so thankful. And I do praise God, but I've never thought about it being like the really fun part. So, and I love to put on my praise and worship music. I actually I'm starting to work out to praise and worship music, which is a huge shift for me, even though I do love some 80s hits and some music, that might be a little bit on the edge of should I be listening to that or not? Do you guys have music like that? It's kind of hard, but I'm going to just be honest with you because this is just who I am. So anyway, shifting over to more of a praise mindset, I think is going to be a beautiful thing, especially coming into this new season. So I feel uplifted and encouraged. I hope you guys do as well. I'm really thirsty today. I think I put a lot of salt in my lunch. I'm a salty gal. I love salt. I mean, I love a lot of sugar, but I love a lot of salt. So anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you have a gorgeous, fabulous, blessed day. Until our next video, be kind to yourselves. Be kind to one another. Oh, don't forget to enter my cake giveaway. Be commenting down below. I'm giving away those cute little cakes. So I love you guys, and we'll talk soon. Bye.